Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to your fantasy football, and welcome to my video. It is time for Game Week 14 preview. Like always, going to go through my team, go through each of my players and their fixtures for Game Week 14. I'm going to go through some of the strategies that I'm thinking about for the next coming game weeks that may help you guys out. And then at the end, we'll talk about a few transfer options for Game Week 14. So here we go. This video is sponsored by OneFootball, an app that is free to download on iOS and Android devices. This app will definitely help you out with FPL and the Champions League fantasy football. You'll be able to follow your favorite teams, find out the latest news, live scores, highlights, transfers, stats, and many, many more. If you're interested, there will be a link in the description below. Thank you. Now, before that, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a recap of what happened in Game Week 13. Now, I already created a video for this on Sunday, so if you want to go in more detail, you can do so by watching that video. But let's go through this quite quickly. Game Week 13, as you can see, 68 points above the average of 49 and around 47,000, which is fantastic. Jamie Vardy was my captain. Raul Jimenez was my new transfer, 7 points. Kevin De Bruyne with a goal. Mane with a goal. Soyuncu with a clean sheet, Lundstrom with an assist, which is fantastic. And yeah, as you can see, I benched Mount. So yeah, I benched the correct people there. So a really good game week of 68 points. And yeah, I cannot wait for game week 14 to start. So here we go. So as you can see, this is my team setup so far for game week 14. Now, I am recording this on a Thursday, so there are still more press conferences that we need to kind of listen to. And of course, if I go down here, as you can see, Tammy Abraham's got a hip injury. Now I'll go and talk about this player in a sec in the transfer options, but for now I think the best option, or the best thing that you can do, is wait for the press conferences, find out what's wrong with him, and then if he is out for 2 to 3 games, then I think it's best for us to kind of move him on. But for me, I'm just going to wait until those press conferences is finished, and then I'll make some changes. But I'll go and talk about that in a sec anyway. But this is pretty much my team setup for Game Week 14. So first up, as you can see, Ryan in goal against Liverpool away. Now this fixture is very difficult for Brighton to keep a clean sheet, so I'm not really expecting anything from my goalkeeper this time out. People might say to me, oh, why don't I transfer him out? But to be honest with you guys, I don't want to use a transfer on my goalkeeper. Soyuncu, Everton at home. Everton has problems. Their manager, there's a possibility of him being sacked. And yeah, Everton is just not performing really well. Leicester is on form. I can see Everton scoring a goal, but I can see Leicester City beating Everton. Lundstrom, I have to play him. He's just an amazing player. He's playing out of position, which is fantastic. I do have Kelly on the bench. Finding out that Ward is injured, that means that Kelly will get some minutes. Well, he should. But Burnley away, I can see Burnley doing well here. They're on form. But yeah, Kelly should be playing of Ward's injury, and these fixtures are looking really good for Crystal Palace. So I'm really happy that I got Kelly back onto my team. Trent Alexander-Arnold was benched in the midweek game in the Champions League game, so that's great news for me. And that means that it should be like proper 100% ready for this game. Mane did play in the Champions League game, so did Salah. So yeah, I'm just hoping that he plays all of the minutes there. Mane is a great captain option, but I think I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy because of the issues at Everton. Kevin De Bruyne, now this is the first game, so Newcastle versus Manchester City is at 12:30. So yeah, I cannot wait to watch that. Kevin De Bruyne is my only Manchester City cover, and you know what? It has worked out, only having one Manchester City cover. Manchester City hasn't really been performing that well lately, but the thing is, we know what they can do. We know they can score a lot of goals. They're still a fantastic team, but it's just their defense is causing these issues to occur. That's the problem. Now, Martial, there's a European League game today, so I need to check if he plays. I need to check if he's not injured. If, let's just say, example, if any of my midfielders are injured, then I will be taking a -4 point hit. And I'll go through the transfers in a sec. But Martial's fixture here against Aston Villa is really, really good. Maddison against Everton, really good fixture. Next up is Mason Mount. Now, I can understand why people have moved away from him. But for me, I'm happy to have him in my team. As you can see, having a decent bench actually helps me out. Tammy Abraham got himself injured and Mason Mount was on my bench. I just did a little bit of a switch and I got a really good team for Game of 14. This means that I don't need to make any transfers. I don't need to take any additional hits. I still have a team for Game of 14. Raul Jimenez, a very good fixture, yes. Sheffield United is a very difficult team to kind of score against, but you never know. I mean, they conceded 3 goals in the last game. Things can happen, and Raul Jimenez is just a fantastic player. And finally is Jamie Vardy as my captain against Everton. Now, this guy is just on form. If you don't have him in your team, then you will lose a lot of ranks if he scores, because a lot of people are going to be captaining him. I think there is a lot of captain options. Jamie Vardy, I think Raul Jimenez is a good captain option as well. Martial, if he doesn't get himself injured in the Europa League. Chelsea players, Mane or Salah is a fantastic option for this Brighton game. And yeah, there is a lot of captain options, and I'm so happy that I've got most of them in my team. And as for my bench, I got Rico as my third bench player, Kelly as my second, and Tammy Abraham as my third for now. As you can see, he's got a hip injury, 50% chance of playing. I don't really take notice of this, guys. I'm waiting for the press conference on a Friday, and then I'll make a decision. I think he will be rested for game week 14. But let's just say Lampard says, yeah, it's a little bit of a knock and he needs a little bit of a rest. Okay, if he's out for game week 14, then he might actually be out for game week 15 as well, because the next fixtures after game week 14 is on a Wednesday for Chelsea. So maybe he might be back for game week 16. This could be the case. And if it is the case, if he is out for like 2 weeks or 1 week, right? 1 whole week, that's 3 game weeks. That is a lot of game weeks. That's not good. That means I will get rid of him immediately, even though he's owned by over 50% of people. So yeah, that was my team. That was my setup. That was my captains. That was my bench. Let's go through some of the strategies and some of the transfers that I'm thinking about for game week 14. So here we go. So as for transfers and strategies for game week 14, as you can see, I got 1 free transfer and I got 0.3 in the bank. For my team, as you can see, I got a team set up for game week 14. I do not need to take a hit. I do not need to make a transfer. I can keep Tammy Abraham no matter what is wrong with him. And then I have a decent team going on to game week 14. I can bank this transfer and make some moves in game week 15. So that is my first plan. But you may have a different problem, and I want to give you guys a few scenarios that might help you guys out. Let's just say, as an example, Martial gets himself injured in the Europa League. Yeah, let's just say. I will combine, let's just say it happened to me. Martial got himself injured. And what would I do? I will remove Martial, obviously, and I'll remove Tammy Abraham. Let's just say he's out as well for the next game. And I'll remove, and as you can see, I got 15.8. With that money, I will be taking a -4 point hit if I find out another player that is injured, and I'll combine those money together with Tammy Abrahams, and I will get a player like Son. Tottenham, right now, is just a different beast. They are scoring a lot of goals, and with Jose Mourinho and this fixture against Bournemouth, even this Manchester United game, Burnley, I think these fixtures are very good for Tottenham to score. I'm not saying they will win, I'm just saying they will score. And as you can see, it's 6.1, and there is quite a few strikers here that is in that 6.1 kind of price tag. Danny Ings. As you can see, Ings is here 6 million, 6 goals, 1 assist, fantastic fixtures. And the strategies that I go with is I look at the next 4 of each of my players. As you can see, the next 4 for this player is Watford at home, Norwich at home, a difficult fixture away against Newcastle, and then West Ham at home. These are fantastic fixtures for Southampton to get on form, to get these points. Yes, they're not really performing that well, and that none of their players are like amazing. I understand that, but sometimes players and teams need these kind of fixtures to be on form, and you need to get those players that you know. I don't know how to explain it. There is a way to explain it. Get in players before they hit form, so you can have them in your team before anyone else. And Ings is a very good player. If he keeps himself fit, he can score a lot of points. And if we look at this forward position here, there you go. Ings is behind Harry Kane. So yeah, that's not many points there. So yeah, Ings is a fantastic option. So this is pretty much what I'm thinking about. But I can do it the other way as well. I can bring in Harry Kane and then go and get myself a cheap midfielder. But that cheap midfielder is quite difficult because 5 million and below players are not the best players, and they don't really, get you the big amount of points. I think bringing in Song and Ings is a better option, even though I will have benching problems. That's fine for me. I am completely fine. I know people will be like, what? That's horrible. No, it's good. As you can see, I had some benching problems. I benched them perfectly well. And now, I'll play Mount. I can bank a transfer because of my decent subs. And plus, we're going into this as Christmas period here that is going to be difficult for a lot of teams. I mean, look at those fixtures, like just so close to each other, and there are going to be a lot of rotation, and I would rather have a really good bench player to come off the bench into my team. That's just the way I'm going to play it. You can play it the other way around. It's fine. Whatever strategy you want to go with, you can do that. Don't listen to anyone else. Just listen to your gut and listen to what you want to do. Don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. Do what you think is best. Now, yeah, the other transfers, let's just go for the forward positions. It's going to be Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy is on form, guys. I think he is a must player. You need to get a player like him into your team, or you will lose some ranks if he scores, because a lot of people are trying to get. I think Rashford as well is a player that is, like, in my mind, and I want in my team. 7 goals, 4 assists, plus he had 2, I think he had what, 2 penalties missed. So yeah, as you can see, like, he's the 4th most points player from the forwards, and that is really good. There's a lot of other players as well. Let's just quickly go through these cheap options, because people are going to be looking around the Tammy Abraham's price tag. Raul Jimenez is a fantastic option as well. A lot of people are looking at Ayew so they can get a cheaper striker and upgrade someone else and try and get Song into the team, and another player to kind of watch out for. And these fixtures are fantastic. Okay. And like I said before, you need to get players with these fixtures to try to get them on form. And if they hit on form, then you got a really good player there. Try your best to maybe look into Spurs players if you want to break away from this template teams. Rashford is a fantastic option. Danny Ings and these forwards here, Vardy and Raul Jimenez. For the defense, I don't think you should change your defense too much. Lundstrom, Trent, Sionchu, like Leicester, Liverpool. Defense is the one to go for. And the other player that I recommend is Serge Aurier. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think that's about it. If there's no other injuries, then I will be banking my transfer. Then I will make some moves on the mid-game weeks on game week 15. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I know this video was longer than usual, but I wanted to give you guys as much as information as possible for you guys to just, yeah, for your brain to kind of explode with a lot of information. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and always smash that like button. Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good game week. See ya.